Hey guys, I'm Josh, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at what's in my computer science or software development bag. With classes starting up again real soon, they are most likely going to be in class or at least a little bit of a hybrid. So now that we don't have the convenience of waking up 2 minutes before a Zoom session and kind of just throwing on whatever, we're going to have to start bringing stuff to class once again. So this is just kind of what I'm going to be carrying, as well as just kind of my EDC or everyday carry. So let's go ahead and start with that. Oh, and while you guys are here, if you guys could please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, it really helps a small channel like mine grow, as well as hitting the subscribe button. We're super close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and I make computer science, PC, and tech content on this channel. So if you're into any of that, hit the subscribe button down below. So the very first item, of course, is my cell phone. I just have the iPhone XS. I've had this probably since it came out about like 2 or 2.5 years ago, and I'll probably be looking to make an upgrade once the new one comes out. It's for all of my TikTok and YouTube needs, as well as texting and Snapchat and all of that stuff. So I mean, pretty self-explanatory. Number 2, I have 2 sets of headphones actually. I carry some AirPods around with me pretty much everywhere I go. Now I do wish I had the AirPods Pro for the noise canceling, because I don't like carrying around my big over-the-ear headset for noise cancellation stuff. But that can be super helpful, especially if you're studying in the library or something, but these do for now. And then I also do carry just a wired Apple earbuds as well, just in case if I need to plug it into either my computer or the phone or something, just to get a little bit more close-up of the mic, just because these AirPods on the mic is not super great when it comes to like meeting calls or something like that. So having that dedicated mic is always really nice. Number 3, again, pretty self-explanatory, but just some keys. Carry those around with me everywhere I go, because, you know, gotta get into my car and gotta get into buildings and house, stuff like that. So pretty self-explanatory. And then also everywhere I go, I do carry my wallet. It's one of these card holders I picked up on Amazon for like 13 bucks about a couple years ago, and it's still going strong. Really all I have are just 2 of my cards as well as my ID. And then once I'm in school, I'll throw in my school ID as well. You know, I really like the card holders just because they don't like create super bulge in your pants or back pocket or anything, and they can just kind of be thrown in anywhere. And other than that, that is pretty much what I carry on me on a daily basis. Doesn't change. Make sure I have those 3-4 things and we're pretty much set to. So the one that I've been carrying is one of these North Face backpacks. I picked this up right when I started college about 4 years ago, so 2017 era, and it's still been going strong. I use this pretty much every day whenever I'm carrying my laptop or anything like that, and pretty much the perfect size. I put my MacBook, a 13-inch MacBook Pro, as well as my 15-inch work laptop in there, as well as just like whatever else I need to throw in there whenever I'm like hauling things around, and fits perfectly fine. Got some super nice padding on the back, so even if I'm carrying like those 2 things, it doesn't feel too heavy. But let's go take a look inside and see what I usually carry. So this backpack has a couple pouches. It has one main big pouch, and then one kind of smaller pouch in the front. In the smaller pouch in the front here, I carry one of these little bags with me. It's more of a cord organizer is basically what I use it for. It's just like a little drawstring thing, and then inside, as you can see, I have a bunch of different cords that I would possibly need. Starting out with just some USB-C charging cords, as well as my iPhone charging cord. So if I'm ever in need of some juice, I can always charge my AirPods or my iPhone, kind of wherever I need to go. Most of the time, this won't be in here, but right now I do have my external little SSD type of thing. And also in there, I carry this little red bag. Usually it holds my wired headphones or like my little lavalier mic. But in here, I also have just like a little USB to USB-C, my SD card reader, because this thing, as well as my PC, does not have a card reader on it. And then I also just have some SD cards and just random crap in there as well. But everything I'd really need if I wanted to pick up my backpack and just head out, make some videos or something like that. Not really necessary for school in that sense, but having those cords at least and different adapters and things like that definitely helps out if you're needing to present or do something like that. The last little thing I have in here as well is a little 16 or 32 gig USB drive. You never know when you really need these. I don't really leave home without one. Also in that front pouch that I have right here, I often carry my wireless mouse. I have the Logitech Anywhere MX3 mouse. So it's got USB-C, charge lasts like 3, 4, 5 months at a time. Right now, of course, I'm using it for my setup right now, but I throw that into my backpack just in case if I'm at school and I want to just have a mouse instead of using the trackpad. And one more thing that I have in that front pouch are just a couple of these pens. I just throw them in there and kind of forget about them because honestly, you never know when you need a pen. So now that the front pouch is done, looking at what's inside the main pouch, the very first thing, I always now carry some allergy pills because in the fall and I guess the summer as well, I've been sneezing quite a bit. Runny nose, that type of action, so I've just started throwing that in there. So if I ever need it, it'll be. And also, I have started carrying just a hat with me. Now that I cut my hair, or even when my hair was long, I just have like this little caribou one in here for now. Super helpful, you know, especially if you don't want to do your hair. One more pretty important part of the main pouch action, especially when school starts up, I'm going to be carrying around 1 or 2 of these type of notebooks, as well as I used to have a little planner. It's kind of binded in leather and that type of stuff. It really helps out plan your day as well as figuring out which things you need to do during the day. And if you're working on a coding project, you can always be like, hey, I need to work on this page and this index page, and I need to fix this button. So having like something to write it down on a sheet of paper that you can look back as well as see different things that you've done if you're at work is super helpful. As well as I kind of really like taking notes on a sheet of paper if I am in class, because I'm more of the person who, if I took notes on my computer over there, I will like never look at it again, which is kind of weird, but I don't know if it's just like me writing it down. If I do take notes, I write it on a sheet of paper, and it definitely helps me out remembering as well as taking a look back once I'm doing my homework, since I can just have my laptop screen open with my little notebook and really be all set. And then the almost final thing that is in my backpack in the main compartment for the laptop sleeve is my 2017 MacBook Pro. It is a 13-inch without touch bar. Since I didn't really like the touch bar all too much, I just opted for that, plus it was cheaper. But I've had this since freshman year of college when I started in 2017, and it's still a power horse. I still am able to edit videos, and now that M1 and M1X is coming out, I might look to upgrade after I graduate, but for now, this thing has been working perfectly fine. I've had no issues with the keyboard or anything, but I think it's because it's a 2017 model and the 13-inch. So far, so good at least. I love the trackpad, I love everything about it really. Other than, you know, gaming aspect, but of course I have a gaming PC now, so. If you guys did want a video on what types of computers you should get as a computer science student if you're new to this stuff. If you're new to this stuff, I could make one of those as well. Of course, MacBook Pro, Lenovo, Surface Pro, things like that are all good options. And one more thing that you might want to include is that throwing either a stick of deodorant or just like a little cologne sample or something like that into your backpack as well, because as computer science students, we do have that stereotype of being smelly and stinky. And I mean, stereotypes are somewhat there for a reason as well. So I mean, once we're in a room full of like 30, 40 computers and 30, 40 people, not to mention our laptops out as well, those rooms do get super hot if you're in kind of that like lab aspect, as well as, you know, if it's winter, you have your jacket on, you have your sweatshirt on and all of that stuff. So if you're kind of doing a class that starts at 9 to 11, and then you have like another one from like 12 to 3 or whatever it is, having that little re-up and making sure that you don't stink up the class is always good. Plus you never really know when you need it, so I'd recommend throwing one of those in there as well. And this last little bit isn't what I carry often, but now that I am kind of doing a little bit more YouTube videos, and like if I have something planned for the day, I'll throw in my camera, the Canon M50, as well as like this little lavalier mic. I have a little camera pouch for it, and then I also throw in some ND filters. All of that can fit inside that little pouch. It does make my backpack super big if I do carry around that stuff, but on days that I'm filming or I want to do something, I just throw that stuff into my backpack and call it a day. I also have like this little tripod thing that allows me to hold it out and use it as like a selfie sort of thing. And then I'll throw in my big tripod in the car if I am filming. And I mean, that pretty much wraps up everything that I do carry around with me in my software development backpack or computer science backpack or whatever that I'll be bringing to class. Overall, I don't really have books anymore, so I don't have to carry any of those. And if I do, they're mostly just online PDFs or something that I find. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe. And also drop any more comments down that you want to see related to this computer science topic, just because I know that the semester is starting up again real soon. So let me know if you guys want to see anything regarding that. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.